voice. Um, my throat is kind of sore. All right, so welcome to Monday Moon Day Live. I'm going to go over the forecast for the week that I have written down here. I'm going to try to remember exactly what I was talking about when I wrote these notes. But we are walking into November. All right, right now the chart has all air and water, typhoon, hurricane, water twister energy. No fire except for Chiron and Aries, which is retrograde in square Jupiter, and trining in not trining this fire, but it's a square taking place, a cardinal square taking place this week. The moon is in Capricorn right now in a square Venus. Eh. So this kind of comes off as being kind of having the ick, maybe a little closed off to something, but those external things that cause us internal reflection to review some type of pain or trigger that may have came up with Capricorn moon. I've been saying this with neglect, emotional neglect, in the form of not acknowledging the physical presence, like that being used to train you to be a certain type of way in relationships as a form of discipline or a form of correction. And the challenge with that is that being triggered by a one-on-one relationship. And this, Venus is in Libra. So this is like the perfect relationship, but then it's like, why is it so perfect? And this is Scorpio season. Mercury is 28, going to 29 degrees. It's about to go into Sagittarius. It's trining Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces. So it's doing a very deep, dark dive into the subconscious. So a lot of dark thoughts are coming up right now. And the Jupiter Cancer square with Chiron Aries retrograde, and Jupiter is going retrograde in a couple weeks. But Jupiter square Chiron is like magnifying that wound that's being triggered as you're doing the deep dive. Tuesday, Mercury is at 29 degrees Scorpio in shadow. We're officially been in shadow for the last few days. The moon, Chiron, and Jupiter all going to have a 24 degrees, which breaks down to a 6 energy. That's going to be a cardinal square. Venus is at 18 Libra, not 24, but not too far off, but wide enough where it won't have too hard of an effect. But that's a cardinal square, okay? So Lilith and Saturn are both in water. So that's like more emotion, more reflective energy. So I'm getting like 7 of Cups energy, really. But the Cardinals is about initiations, initiating the way of feeling, Jupiter, magnifying how something, what wisdom do you gain in allowing yourself to experience a new emotion? And how can you use that experience to teach others? With Chiron being the wounded healer in Aries, the sign of the warrior, it's like, do you ever put your weapons down? I mean, it's retrograde, so can you just put your weapons down for a minute? Do you allow yourself to put your weapons down for a second, or are you always holding them? The moon, Capricorn. Again, this the feeling emotionally neglected due to a lack of acknowledgement of presence, public presence, like straight up ignoring. Like you grew up in a household where people just straight up ignored you. You felt straight up ignored. And as painful as that transition into acceptance at a certain point was also a phase because it's the moon. So you go through phases of accepting and you'll also go through phases of unacceptance of it. You have to give that performative energy to yourself. You can't give it to other people, but it's going to be reflected in your public persona as well because it's a part of the chart that plays out in the dynamics when it comes to your material world, when it comes to relationships with people in the public relations sector of your life, or just the life you're meant to live, like your legacy, your story you're meant to leave behind. So that energy is there, Capricorn, Saturn. So with Venus being in Libra, like the perfect love, it's like you have a perfect love, whether it's music, art, some form of art, whatever you're doing, it's like a perfect love that you have. But you see this cardinal square is asking you to polish it, which means you look at the positives and the negatives. But Scorpio attracts negativity, so it can be magnetized and then transmuted into positivity. So all this dark energy that we're feeling with this Scorpio stellium and then the shadow Mercury energy, we're going to have like a deep cleanse. We're going to have a deep cleanse this fall going into winter because the clock's supposed to turn back an hour this Sunday at 2 a.m., I believe, around. That's when they usually switch. You fall back 1 hour. And then my baby's birthday is Monday. I'm going to be 7. 7 going to be 7. But yeah, so Wednesday we have the moon and Pluto. Sun square moon. And then you have Pluto, Mercury will be officially in Sagittarius, opposing Uranus, retrograde in Gemini, 0 degrees. So Sun square moon, this is the first quarter square because we're going up to the full moon Taurus. So that Sun square moon is about growth, growing pains, again, internal conflict, choosing to take the higher road, choosing to do what's best for the greater good, going over that first hill while you climb your way out through the mountain type shit. But this is the first quarter square, so this is the first sprouting of conflict in what is emerging on the full moon. Now, with this Mercury in Uranus opposition, the higher realms of reality, the layer that kind of separates that is not there with this Uranus retrograde. Is in Neptune retrograde. There is no, and this time of year, there is no veil or filter. Scorpio doesn't have a filter. So with Mercury being in Sagittarius at that 0 degree, which is the light that is being transmuted from all the negativity of Scorpio, which is chaos. This also is the dark womb, the dark matter, that literal energetic frequency that creates everything. Like, information is being transmuted and transferred, all right, to everyone. Uranus, Gemini, who wants to learn. And Gemini is also the frequency, not only of learning, but connecting with your neighbors, okay? It's time for people to start buckle down and getting realistic about their neighborhoods, being aware of what type of neighborhood they live in, being aware of the people of their neighborhoods, knowing the name of your neighborhoods, There's going to be a lot more communal support than people can probably guess. That's to come. Some people don't have faith in humanity, but it's best that we do. It's best that we do. Thursday, by this time, Thursday, Friday, the moon will be moving from Pluto through Aquarius into Pisces by Halloween. Having a Pisces moon on Halloween is kind of like a little jewel that the goddess has given us to be extremely mysterious and extremely dramatic about how easily we can transmute or transform ourselves into whatever it is that we want to be, whatever we want to channel as a form of expression of what no one knows or what no one has known about you, that now you just, put it out there and everyone is like, oh my God, shocked, spooked, whatever that's supposed to mean. But Venus is going to oppose Chiron. Heartbreak, realize something is real, and then you're also realizing what's cheap because of some lack of fulfillment. And because Venus is involved here, that's one-on-one partnership, but it's opposing Chiron, which is in Aries, and Aries is about the self. Okay, so there's some type of lack of fulfillment between the relationship in yourself that makes you feel heartbroken, only for you to open up and realize this is real. And then this part over here is mutable. But are we looking at situations in our one-on-one partnership through the lens of our own wounded egos? And that's how we're judging the picture? Or are we fully aware that ego exists, ego is healthy, and we know when ego gets out of its box, but we still know what's real, what's truth, and what's not truth? Like, are you able to, do you have that in check? Do you and the other person have that realization in check? Or does the need to polish or refine relationships automatically make you feel like it's over, or it's the end, or it's time to move on to something else just because you can't, or you just don't like, or you feel triggered by correction? Because Venus is in Libra, which is home. So this is about things being balanced. So if there's unfulfillment on the scale, the only other option is to create fulfillment. And there's no telling what that fulfillment might actually be. But when it comes up, are you going to be aware of it? Are you going to use this as an excuse to feed your ego? Or are you able to look beyond the ego and realize what is real and what is not? All right, that's beyond the mask. Someone is wearing a mask. I don't understand the energy of talking about somebody and then dressing up like them. Like, if you don't like somebody, why would you dress up like them? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just got a question. But that's, let me see. That's all I had written down. I've been heavy into going over these herbs again. It's been a while since I've been in this room. I'm kind of happy because there's a lot of things that I want to do and create. And I was talking to myself earlier, like, you know what? I'm just gonna say this out loud. Like, it doesn't matter what happens with my business, as long as I have the passion to create it, do something with it, do the things that I really want to do, and I can at least say I tried and I did it, and I didn't sit around and let the thought of it not working out stop me. I could just keep going and moving regardless of what happened, because my dreams still happen because I lived it. It may not have went the way other people have gone, um, but that's cool because it's just for me, right? It's my experience for me to enjoy and have with myself, all right? I live for me as my soul has a mission to feel. Okay, so yeah, Scorpio season is not allowing, being aware of when other entities or energies are trying to utilize you as a vessel, and making sure that only those of you are the one that's in control of what location you put your spirit and soul in based on the repeated thoughts and feelings you have that isolate you or oscillate with you. Period. You not what you are attracting, you are what you choose to entertain, because you'll attract everything. So just be aware of what you choose to entertain. All right, let's get a quick transformation message for this beautiful Aquarius moon, my lunar return, shout out to Aqua Moons. And I just saw the Aquarius, I know cards. And I'm ready for my cycle to come. Only a few more days. Red raspberry leaf tea really do be helping for real. I drank two tea packs of that at one time, and it just like, ooh, okay, all right. I feel healthy though. I feel, you know, womanly healthy, fertile. You know, I'm heavy in my sixth energy right now. I feel it. So I am very careful about where I land. All right. So what's being transformed? You know, Jupiter return benefits. What's supporting the transformation? Gemini, I think. A lot of dark blues and purples. Mercury, I think. Jupiter. All right, both of these planets about to go retrograde. So a Jupiter return is going to, is about reaping the benefits of something. 49 is a 4. So something is ending with something that was being built or worked on, or whatever you put your energy into building. You accumulated all the necessary lessons you needed to learn, and now Jupiter is going to bless you with the gift or skill or realization of a skill that you develop. Because now you're going to think differently, which is the benefit of whatever lesson you have to learn here, whatever experience that needed to be had, the transformation. The support in the transformation is not your thinking habits, how you think. 15 is a 6. 6 is about responsibility, domestication, balance, beauty, caretaker, caregiver. All right. What it gets, it doubles. So it's always in receiving mode. It has to stay in receiving mode. So you're going to think differently when it comes to whatever skill. All right. So what's the challenge? Leo, I will. Look at this bright gold. It just, you right here. You just, this is the challenge, the ego or the willpower. Willpower. 17:8. Your will or your drive, your passion, lust is a challenge. What's the spiritual lesson? Cancer, I feel. You trying to, or someone is learning a lesson about what their willpower is trying to get them to turn and do when you stop thinking about lust and you start thinking about what you feel. Like tune into how you truly feel, how you truly feel about something. 16:7, you'll see the spiritual reason or phase that's attached to it. You get the synchronicities of the lesson, and then you end up manifesting or creating something with the, you know, with the goddess, which we're going to get with Lilith right here. All right, so sign of progress. The fifth house, the Leo energy again, creativity of 29 2. At the bottom, we have Saturn return age. Saturn and Jupiter on the board. All right, so fifth house creativity. Sign of progress. Yeah, you're creating something. You're taking that willpower and creating something with it. You are being meticulous about something other than what your will. You got to get this under control. Take charge of your ship. Take charge of your vessel. By feeling. Think about how you feel about something and what does it make you want to create? What does it make you want to do? And in the release of doing that, the clarity that comes from releasing that. Like Saturn return age here, number 50, like being more mature about what you choose to do with your energy. And you can use your willpower to do anything. We're never not manifesting. We're always manifesting. It's just some people with this think card, you start to become more aware of the philosophies that you hold, so then you change the way that you think or how you speak to yourself, how you communicate with yourself. The twins here with Gemini, I think, with the ego, still wants what it wants. All right, let's look at this Jupiter return. Lilith Cancer. Honor your emotions. Jupiter is in Cancer right now. Honor your emotions. And you got Cancer, I feel right here too. Honor your emotions. That's the gift that's being returned, the wisdom that's being returned. Stand up for how you truly feel like standing and don't step backwards. I think you got Saturn, age, reality, discipline, okay? Thinking more mature, thinking more long term. 28 is a money number. So time is money, being more efficient. I will, Jupiter again, expansion, prosperity, growth, shining. You're more attractive, you feel more attractive, you're getting more attention. That's the challenge of making sure you're not too far in your head about this will to turn the energy any way you want it, but keep tapping into how you truly feel about yourself and what you know to be real. Don't let this expansion turn your wheels for you. I feel Lilith inside, free yourself. You need to free yourself. Also, with Jupiter rules energy, it's a 9, wisdom. Something is being left behind. Self and something, creativity, fifth house. Honor your boundaries. Honor your emotions. Honor your boundaries. 12. Lilith and Pisces with the fifth house creativity. Of course, nothing's more creative than the Piscean energy because that's the one all energy, right? Um, yeah. What? Pineapple. All right. You got sebation, purify, cleanse, and release at the bottom. That's what you're starting to learn as you get older, to continue to cleanse, purify, and release things from your environment by honoring your emotions and honoring your boundaries. That's a sign of progress, is that you honor your boundaries and create time for you to create stuff. What is it that you really want to do with your time? Saturn is here with the Gemini. I think about, you're already disciplined to do things. You're already programmed to do things. So think about the things you're doing and how is it contributing to the lifestyle you want to live, or what it is you want to make or create. And there's the expansion with the Leo as far as spiritual challenge, is that you are in full control of your willpower, and maybe you're not, using it in a way that is really getting you to where your reality is how you think it should be. So again, Lilith Sag, free yourself from those habits, and then honor your boundaries, which is stay in your creativity mode. And Saturn return here is, especially with discipline, it's like, don't worry about certain people being present or certain people not being there. The people who are supposed to be there will be there, and just trust that they won't leave. If if y'all know that you won't leave them, then you should know that they won't leave you. That's just, these look the same, even though this is Saturn, this is Saturn. It's both like purple, a lot of purple and blues, grays here, and then like the random gold with Leo and Jupiter. And it's a little red with this fifth house creativity. All right, so let's look at this. Honor your emotion. Honor your emotion. Pentacles. Honor your emotions. I was to say something about truth again. The Emperor. And the Tower of Mars. Ooh, the Emperor with Mars. Honor your emotions. Jupiter benefits. What? How are you feeling right now? King of Cups. Okay. Oh, okay. Someone's ego is like, honor your emotions. Somebody has the power to eliminate something. Somebody feels like God. And that's not even to be blasphemous, but somebody feels like they're in their God era or their Godship. Or goddessship. That's the Jupiter return benefit, is to feel like the god or goddess that you truly are. That's what you're supposed to be tapping into right now. King of Cups is a spirit guide. It could be a spirit guide, ancestor with Cancer. Honor your emotions. This could be a spirit guide that's trying to break through the sound barrier. Yeah, I heard that earlier. To send a message. Okay, I think Gemini with discipline, Saturn, the Sun, illumination, enlightenment, illumination, and enlightenment. Like, where you at? Okay, 8 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, 7 of Swords. This is like being at work, going to take a break, and you're thinking about doing something that you shouldn't do, or you're thinking about you should have did something that you didn't do, like some type of regret, or it's a self-sabotage. Maybe that's the reality for somebody, is that they put themselves in a position where they can't tell if somebody is, like I was saying before with the astrology, is that Halloween is the day that you're gonna tell if somebody's for real or they're not. Right before Mercury goes retrograde too. Three of Pentacles at the bottom. Teamwork, make the dream work. You're gonna find out somebody is not a team player, and you're just gonna have to keep your cool and be the emperor and just be like, okay, cool. Jupiter, I will with this Leo is gonna be real challenging. Yeah, different. It's gonna be real challenging to keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines. Being humble doesn't mean that you're low life or you broke. Humility is a spiritual thing. There's angels at work for you. Somebody needs to remember that there are angels at work for you. There are angels at work, witches at work, ancestresses at work on your behalf for you. You don't have to correct somebody or taunt them or blast them. It's already set up. Yeah, it's already set up for them to receive it. Okay. So, the spiritual lesson, free yourself. I feel free. Somebody's going back to this lover's card. Free yourself. Knight of Pentacles. They're returning because this is what's stable. This is trustworthy. So free yourself from whatever this little temptation somebody tried to throw your way with the Seven of Swords. You realize somebody was trying to tempt you, or someone was being tempted to do something, and they chose to be loyal to whoever this lover is. Could be a friend. It is Gemini energy here on both sides. Someone chose to be loyal to a friend versus another person. Yep, Five of Swords here. And everybody like, why would you be loyal to them for? So that's why. Soulmate, yep. And you both know it. You're soulmates and you both know it. So yeah, you gonna go hard for this every time. Untold story. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. It's the story not even finished yet. Allow yourself to be in this energy with this person. However it is, whatever it is, allow yourself to feel the freedom of being in this space. Because a lot of people, they don't have that. So they try to ruin it for you. They want y'all to be like this, but y'all never, even if y'all apart, you're still together because you are one. And you're really, truly one with another person. You never split. No matter what happens, you always come back to each other. Okay. Anything else for this lover's card? No? Move on. Honor your boundaries. A book. Okay, read the book, take this book. Okay. 9 of Wands. Chariot. It's been taking so long, but things are finally moving forward. King of Swords. You played the smart game, the long game. Long game. 7 of Pentacles. Played the long game with something. Yep, new chapter. Playing the long game, being smart about something with someone. Taurus here, so this could have to do with money, materials. Maybe you played your cards right with this boss, or you playing your cards right so you can be a boss. or you bosses coming together. Something is going on. Something is being created right now. Honor your boundaries. You want to stay in the energy where it's easy to create, easy to love, easy to flourish. Whatever you got to do to stay in that energy that is healthy for you in the environment, do it. By any means necessary, do it. Put a spell on your fucking self. Do it. A happy spell. Bet you're going to be happy every fucking day because we need the highest vibes of vibes. We want to create on that plane, not the lower underworld. No, we don't want to manifest from there. We want to use that as a jumping pad to leap ourselves off of the deep end into the lighter side. What's under this world card? The Knight of Cups. New world, here comes the offer. As soon as you turn the table or turn the corner on a new lifestyle, here's this Knight of Cups coming to make you an offer. It's a messenger. A package is coming that you're really going to like, that you're not expecting. Somebody's going to be excited. All right. Is there anything else here? Magician. Not stuff. You're about to create something with this magician card. What is being created from this week? What is being created from this week moving forward? The Ten of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Six of Wands. That's what's being created this week. Honor those boundaries. Wheel of Fortune. Fortune favors you. Fortune favors the bold. Fortune favors the bold. So if you're going to be bold, if you're going to take this contract, or if you're going to work with this new employer, if you're going to work with this individual business to business, you're going to have to be on your shit. Don't lollygag. Don't go step backwards into being careless and reckless. Get your vices under control. Me talking to myself. Yeah, don't overestimate the ego. Or underestimate, I should say. Don't underestimate the ego. But remain humble. Or be constantly in the state of gratitude is the best way I could put it. I don't want to say be humble too much because they made it seem like being humble is like you gotta be devoid. Well, the definition of itself is like you kind of void of a confidence, but instead of another way of saying be humble with this Leo Jupiter card, because Leo Jupiter is going to happen next July. That's when it's going to kick off. And baby, I can't wait for those gifts. Anyway, yeah. This week we're journeying on the path of creating Ten of Cups, Three of Cups, Six of Wands moment with the Wheel of Fortune. Ace of Wands underneath. All right. Get an opportunity to find out a secret, the Hermit, about this King of Wands. Could be a Leo or Aries. Page of Cups, child. Like, somebody has a child. It's like, wait till they find out. Wait till they hear this. Okay, that's interesting. Somebody's having a child. Could be a Leo, Aries rising. It is Aries. Queen of Wands is here, Aries, Sag, Six of Wands, Nine of Wands, Three of Wands, a lot of Wands is here. Purify, cleanse, release, Queen of Pentacles at the bottom. All right, see. Yeah, an end. Something is coming to an end. Purify, cleanse, and release your spiritual goal projection, which is a 44. That means that you've completed the process. And then Lilith, Capricorn, elevated status. You move up, becoming whole again. Conjunction. Maybe New Moon Scorpio will see who the real magnetic royal witch is and release perfectionism. All right, so that's going to do it for this evening. Thank you. I feel like I'll be going through this kind of fast, but I really just be going at whatever pace is available for me. Aquarius moon this week. Full moon Taurus next week. Full moon Taurus. Is Uranus going back into Taurus? That'll be it. 42 minutes in. Peace.